So now the students, our next chapter, geometry. So geometry, in this chapter, so we are going to discuss the concepts about points, line and line segments. Already we know what is a point, what is a line and what is a line segment, and also what is a ray. All this in the previous class we discussed about the ray, line segment. Okay. Now again, so we are going to recapitulate what is a point, what is a line and what about line segment. Then after that, second concept. So what is the second concept we are going to discuss? Angle. The second concept, angle. What is the angle? So what is actually angle means? Then so types of angles. How many types of angles are there? So then about angles we are going to discuss. First definition and types of angles. Okay. Then third topic, protector. Using what is a protector? Using protector, how to draw an angle, given angle. So that we are going to discuss. Okay. Now the next concept, circle. Circle, in the previous class also you learn about circle, what is a circle and what is a radius, what is a diameter, what is a chord, all these things we discussed in previous class, and again we recapitulate. So and also we are going to learn more about the circles. Okay. The next concept, triangle. What is a triangle? Triangle already we discussed, we learn in the previous class, and here we are going to discuss the properties of a triangle, types of triangles. All these concepts we are going to discuss in this chapter, geometry. Okay. Here how many concepts we have? 5 concepts. These 5 concepts we are going to discuss, we are going to learn in this chapter. Okay. Before going to start our concepts, so what we did in previous class, we recapitulate first. Here, so some puzzle, so riddle is given, so we have to read, think and give your answer. Okay. First, here some pictures are given. First you identify that pictures. Here this is a polygon, this is a polygon, all are polygons. Here this is a 3-sided polygon, this is triangle, this is quadrilateral 4-sided, this is also quadrilateral, this is a triangle 3-sided, this is a square quadrilateral and also a square, 4 sides are equal, this is a quadrilateral, 4 sides equal and adjacent sides are not perpendicular. So it is a rhombus, it is a trapezium, one pair of opposite sides are parallel. So quadrilateral, quadrilateral. So a 4-sided closed polygon is a quadrilateral and 3-sided closed polygon is a triangle. Okay. Here, so 2 questions were given. First, I have 4 sides. So what is the condition? I have 4 sides. In that I am not a regular shape, it is an irregular shape. Regular shape means like parallelogram, like rhombus, like square, like trapezium. So this is in regular shape, this is in regular shape, but here irregular shape. It has 4 sides, it is not regular shape, irregular shape. It means I have no parallel lines, in that no parallel lines, nothing. I have some acute angle, some obtuse angle. It is an irregular, so that is why some angles are acute angles, some angles are obtuse angle. So who am I? So he is asking. 4-sided, 4-sided means that is a quadrilateral. 4-sided means quadrilateral. Just write quadrilateral, that is enough. What is the answer? Quadrilateral. Okay. The next one, the second, I have 5 sides, all my sides are straight, I have no right angles, I have more than 4 corners, means 5 corners. In 5 sides we have 5 corners. So my sides are same length, sides are same means all are equal sides, that is regular. Pentagon, how many sides? 5. More than 4 corners means 5 corners. 5 corners means pentagon. So how the pentagon? Regular. Why regular pentagon? My sides are same length. all the sides are same length. If all the sides are same length, that is regular pentagon. That is pentagon, but regular pentagon. Okay. So how the pentagon is? First side, second side. So two sides equal length, the third one also equal, the fourth one is also equal, the fifth one. All the five sides are equal in length. So then it is regular. Irregular means it is irregular. If all my sides are same length, means this is pentagon, regular pentagon, regular pentagon. It is regular pentagon, regular pentagon. Okay. Yes, students. Enough. So in the geometry we are going to discuss about point, lines and line segment, ray, collinear points, non-collinear points. So about this we are going to discuss. Okay. So what is a point? So what point represent? Point is a dot. Point is a dot. So this is also called dot. It shows exact location. Exact location. Point shows exact location. Suppose here A is a point. So B is a point. C is a point. E is a point. All these are points. So what this point represent? Point represent, point shows exact location. Exact location of a place, something. Suppose Hyderabad. Where is the Hyderabad in the India map? So we are showing with a dot. So what that dot represent? That dot represent the position, the place where the Hyderabad exactly locate in the map, in India map or in world map. So the point represent always a exact position, exact position. Whenever we are representing a point, means that point represent exact location. So point is not having length, breadth and height. Point doesn't have length, breadth and height. Okay. This is the concept about point. Next line. What is a line? So suppose this is a line. What this means? A line has no end points. How we know that line have no end points? Here we have two arrows. On right side we have one arrow, on left side both the side we have two arrows. Means it extends both the sides. It extends infinitely in both the directions. So it does not have end points. It does not have any end point. Suppose how to represent a line. Suppose here P is there and here Q is there. 2 points are there on the line. Then how to represent this PQ? PQ is a line. PQ is a line. Then and also we can represent QP also. We can represent QP also, like QP or PQ. So this is the representation of a line, PQ or QP. So we have to represent, we have to draw a line upside, QP or PQ. This is a line. So line means a line, so does not have endpoints and it's not having a length, fixed length. Line is not having any fixed length. Why? Because it extends both the directions, So that is why it does not have a fixed length. So the length of a line is infinite. The length of a line is infinite. We cannot say what is the length of the line. So this is about line. Line segment. Now about line segment. A line segment have two endpoints. How many endpoints? A line segment have two endpoints. So otherwise we can say that shortest distance between the 2 points is a line segment. So definitions. First definition, a line segment have two endpoints, or the shortest distance between the 2 points is a line segment. Okay. Now here, so represent this as XY. XY is a line segment. So X and Y, these two are the endpoints. Here we don't have any arrow. You don't have any arrow mark means, so the length of the line segment is fixed. We can measure the line segment length because they have two endpoints. If they have two endpoints, then the line segment length is fixed. It means we can measure the length of the line segment. line segment. Then how to represent the line segment? XY. XY line segment. We have to represent XY line segment, or otherwise, so we can represent YX also. YX. XY line segment and YX line segment. Anyone. So, XY line segment and YX line segment. This is the representation of a line segment. This is the representation of line segment. Now, ray. So, what is ray? See here. So, here RS represent here the initial point is R and here one more point is S. RS is a ray. So, then what is a ray? So, ray means a ray has one end point and it extends infinitely in other direction. So, here we have one arrow. One arrow means in this direction it extends infinitely. So, here the initial point is R, the starting point is R. So, then this is the ray. In a ray we have one end point, so that is the initial point. In other direction it extends infinitely. Then, so we cannot measure the length of a ray. So, why? So, we cannot measure the length of the ray. So, because it extends in one direction. It extends infinitely in one direction. So, that is why we are unable to measure the length of a ray. Then, how to represent a ray? Here RS. How to represent RS? We have to represent ray in this way. So, the initial point we have to take first. Initial point we have to take first, and S. The next point we have to take afterwards. So, we have to write RS ray. Don't take SR ray. So, SR. So, this representation is not correct. SR ray. This representation is not correct. RS ray. This representation is correct. But in a line, PQ representation, QP representation is correct. And we have, say, in both the ways we can represent. In the line segment also, XY, YX. Both the ways we can represent. But in a ray, so we have to represent only in one way, like RS. R should come first and S we have to take the next. Why? R is the initial point, we have to write, we have to take initial point first. Initial point first. Okay. Now, so this is about point, line, line segment and ray. Point means point is a dot, so which represent exact location. Okay. Point does not have any length, breadth and height. Okay. Line segment, because after that line. So, line in a line it extends infinitely in both the direction. It extends infinitely in both the direction. We have two arrows. These arrows means it extends in both the direction. The length of a line we cannot measure. So, why? It extends infinitely. So, that is why. So, we cannot measure the length of a line. Then how to represent a line? So, PQ like this. PQ representation, line representation, or otherwise QP representation. Then line segment. What is a line segment? So, a line segment have two endpoints like XY, or one more definition, the shortest distance between the 2 points is a line segment. Okay. So, the distance between the 2 points is fixed. So, we can measure the length of a line segment. Then after that, how to represent line segment? XY line segment or YX line segment, any one method. So, we can use to represent line segment. Then after that, ray. So, ray has one end point, that is we called it as initial point also. In other direction it extends infinitely in other direction. Then how to represent ray? RS ray. So, in this way we have to represent RS ray. Initial point we have to take first, and after that next point we have to write RS ray. Okay. So, we cannot measure the length of a ray. Why? So, it is extends infinitely in other direction. So, that is why we cannot measure the length of a ray. Okay. Then after that, next definition, collinear points. What collinear points means? So, if the points, so laying on the same straight line, then that points are called collinear points. Collinear points. So, what it means? Suppose it is a straight line. It is a line. Suppose A point, B point, C point, D point, E point, F point, G point, E point. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, so on. So all these points, all these points lying on the same straight line. So then all these points are called collinear points. Collinear points means if the points lying on the same straight line, then that points are called collinear points. Collinear points. Okay. Collinear means points should be on the same straight line. Points should be on the same straight line. Then we can call it as that points are collinear points. Here see, so all these points are on the same straight line. So that is why these points are collinear points. Okay. Now non-collinear points. Non-collinear points means if the points are not on the same straight line, then that points are called non-collinear points. Non-collinear points. For example, here one point is there, here one point, here one point. So all these 3 points are different means they are not on the same straight line. If you join, these 2 points come in one straight line, another 2 points come in another straight line, so another 2 points there on another line segment. So from these 3 points, so we form 3 line segments. It means these 3 points not lies on the same straight line. If the points does not lie on the same straight line, then that points are called non-collinear point. Collinear point means, so the given point, if the given points are on the same straight line, then that points are collinear points. Non-collinear points means if the points are not on the same straight line, then that points are not non-collinear points. Okay. This is about collinear and non-collinear, and about point, line, line segment, ray, we discuss the properties and how to represent all this we discuss, and also in the previous class also we learn about point, line, line segment, ray. And here collinear points and non-collinear points. Collinear means if the points on the same straight line, then that points are collinear. If the points are not on the same straight line, then they are non-collinear points. Okay. So here now about intersecting lines, parallel lines and perpendicular lines. So what means intersecting lines? So then what means of these parallel lines and perpendicular lines? So first intersecting lines. So here intersecting line means if 2 or more than 2 lines crossing at a single point, so then that points are called intersecting point. It means 2 or more lines intersect at a single point, then that lines are called intersecting lines. Suppose this is AB is a line, AB is a line, and one more line is CD. These 2 lines cross at a point O. At a point O, this is the C point and this is the D. This is CD line. AB line and CD line, these 2 lines cross at a point O. This means this is intersection point. If 2 or more than 2 lines intersect at a single point, then that lines are called intersecting lines. Here, if you take one more point EF, so these 3 points, these 3 lines are intersecting lines, AB, CD and EF. All these 3 lines are intersecting lines. Where these 3 lines intersect, all these 3 lines intersect at a point O. So that common point of these 3 lines called intersection point, The common point of these 3 straight lines is called intersection point, means where these 3 lines cross, that point is called intersection point. So, what is the definition for intersecting lines? If two or more than two lines cross at a single point, then that lines are called intersecting lines. So, here AB, CD and EF, these three lines intersect at a point O. So, this O point is called intersection point. This is the definition for intersection of lines, intersection of a lines. Now, parallel lines. What are parallel lines? So, parallel lines, first, if the distance between the lines same, then that lines are called parallel lines. So, distance between the lines, here the same, D same, here the distance between is same, here the distance same. So, these type of lines are called parallel lines. Parallel lines never intersect, parallel lines never intersect. So, there is no intersection point in parallel lines, there is no intersection point in parallel lines. So, then how to represent parallel lines? Representation, this is the representation of parallel lines. Suppose this is A B line and other line is CD. AB and CD are parallel lines. Then how to represent? AB is parallel to CD. This is the parallel line symbol, parallel lines representation. AB is parallel to CD. AB line is parallel to CD line. Okay, these two lines are parallel. Now here example for parallel lines. So, what are the examples? Examples in daily life. In your lines, in your notebook, ruled notebook, rules were there, no? So, lines, all that lines are parallel. So, they never meet. And example, railway track. Railway track is example for parallel lines. Railway track is example for parallel lines. Okay. And for this intersection point, so what is the example for intersection point? X junction. So, in X junction, the center point, that intersection point is that junction, middle, that circle. So, that is the intersection point, X junction. So, in the letter X also, letter X we have intersection point in the middle. So, many examples were there for parallel lines. So, many examples, what, say, door, so opposite sides of the doors, blackboard, opposite sides, this side and upside are parallel. So, examples for parallel lines. So, more you find examples for parallel lines and intersecting lines. Now, the definition for perpendicular lines. What is perpendicular lines? If two lines intersect perpendicularly, means 90 degrees, the angle between the two lines is 90 degrees, then that lines are called perpendicular lines. Here AB line, this is CD line. AB is perpendicular to CD. So, why AB is perpendicular to CD? Because the angle between the two straight lines is 90 degrees. The angle between the two straight lines means where the point of intersection is there, that if angle is 90 degrees, then that lines are called perpendicular lines. Then representation of perpendicular, this is the symbol for perpendicular. This is the symbol for perpendicular. AB is perpendicular to CD. Parallel symbol, this is parallel symbol. In parallel lines, the lines never intersect in parallel lines. In perpendicular lines, angle between the lines 90 degrees means where the intersection point is there, the angle should be 90 degrees. Then we call that lines are perpendicular lines. Intersection point means if two or more than two lines intersect at a point, at single point, then we can call that lines are intersecting lines. This is about intersecting lines, parallel lines, perpendicular lines. And parallel line symbol, parallel symbol, this one parallel symbol, perpendicular symbol is this. Okay. Now, the students, next, use a scale in exercise first. The first question, use a scale to measure the following line segment. So, write their length. So, here first line segment is given. So, this is our line segment. So, what is the line segment? XY line segment is given. This is X and this is Y. So, this XY line segment is given. This ruler we have to put like this, so straight to this line, and this 0 coincide with this initial point, and after that we have to check the next last. So, where the last point? So, this last point is at 3.7, 3.3, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7 at 3.7. So, it means from 0 to 3.7, it means x, y length. So, we have to measure using a ruler, we have to keep a ruler, so straight to this line. So, this 0 should coincide with this initial point, and the final point where it is we have to check. The final point is at 3.7. It means it is from 0 to 3.7. So, the length of this line segment xy is 3.7 centimeters. In the similar way, so here one more line segment is given, that is AB line segment. AB line segment. So, we have to find AB line segment length. So, this is a ruler, this ruler we have to keep like this straight to this line, and how? So, this scale 0 is coincide with this initial point, and after that we have to check where is this last. So, this last point is at 5, means from 0 to 5. It means from A to B the distance is 5 centimeters. Then after that we have to remove this ruler. Okay. So, this is the way to measure given line segment length. Okay. Now, in the second bit, classify the following into line segment and line. Here two figures are given. So, we have to identify line and line segment. Here, so in this we have two end points A and B. Here we do not have any arrow. So, it means this one is a line segment. This one is a line segment. So, line segment have two end points. A line segment have two end points. Here we have two arrows. So, line have, in the line we do not have any end point, it extends infinitely in both the directions. So, here we have both the directions, we have arrows. It means this is a line, this is line. Okay. This is line segment and this one is line. Okay. Now, the third one, draw the line segment of a given length and name them So, then how to draw line segment? Here 5 centimeter line we have to draw, 5 centimeter line, how to draw? So, we have to take this ruler, we have to keep a ruler like this, and after that we have to mark a point at 0. First initial point we have to mark at 0. So, one point we have to mark at 0. So, then another point at 5 centimeter, where the 5, here we have 5, another point we have to mark at 5. So, 0 to 5, now we have to join 0 to 5, 0 to 5, 0 to 5 we have to join. So, this is our line 0 to 5. First we have to keep a ruler. So, we have to keep ruler like this. So, we are not using this ruler, why? Means here centimeters, if so I mark centimeters using these scales, it looks very small, it is not visible, it is not visible by using this scale. So, that is why I am drawing here, I draw here a ruler like this ruler, and here at initial point I marked one initial point at 0, and one more point at 5 I marked another point. Then after that we joined 0 to 5, and after that we have to remove this scale. Then you will get 5 centimeter line segment. So, and name it. So, that is your wish. So, I want to give name here like AB. AB is a line segment 5 centimeters. Now, in the second 8 centimeters line segment we have to draw. Again we have to keep a ruler like this. So, first at 0 we have to mark at 0 initial point, and one more at 8 centimeter. Here we have 8. Mark one more point at 8. Okay. Now, join. So, these two points, join these 2 points with scale. So, do not join with your free hand, use scale, use ruler and join these 2 points. Okay. So, now you will get 8 centimeter line segment and name it, label it. So, that is your wish. I want to take here MN. MN is a line segment 8 centimeters. In this way we have to draw line segment. How to measure if line segment is given and how to draw when the measurement of a line segment is given, these 2 methods. And in the second question, line and line segment is given. Line segment, here we have 2 end points, so it is a line segment. There is no end point, so that is the line. Okay.